you're brand new to exercise, you don't want to go to the gym and you want to exercise at home but you don't know what you're doing, keep posted. How's it going, everybody? Dan Gordon here. What I'm going to do today is I'm going to explain the easiest way for you to create a workout program using nothing more than just your body weight at home, and you can do this 2 or 3 times a week. It's going to be really easy. You'll fit it into your routine. All you're going to need is a couple of basic things to get you started to make your workouts a lot more effective and a lot easier to commit to regularly at home. The first thing is going to be somewhere to hang from. That could be a pull-up bar, potentially like a pull-up bar that you can put between your door frame, something that's just going to be able to take your body weight. You can find them anywhere online. Just search home pull-up bar or something like that and you'll find something. Or be creative with your space. So look at what you've got available. Have you got anywhere that you can hang from? So I've done this before where I've hung from doors, I hung from timber beams in garages. Look around, see what you've got. The other thing, you want to have a workout mat. That is just going to be something for you to do some work on the floor just to protect yourself to get started. Now if you want to splurge a little bit more, there's 2 other things that I would recommend that are going to become extremely useful, but they're not essential to start with. The first thing would be dip bars. Now you can do a variety of different movement with dip bars. Again, you can pick them up pretty cheap. And the other one would be push-up bars. If you are serious about training and you're brand new to it, but obviously you still don't want to spend loads of money, you don't want to commit to the gym, you're not going to kit out a full gym. If you've literally got somewhere to do pull-ups from, somewhere to do dips, somewhere to do push-ups, you're on the right track. And then the final thing is something to lift. So something heavy. There we go. That's going to be something like a kettlebell or a dumbbell, something just to add a little bit of extra resistance. You've got all of these things, that's perfect. Now, as this is going to be a full body workout, what we want to be thinking about is within this full body workout, we want to hit all of our major muscle groups. The easiest way to think about this by putting it into little categories. So we want to be doing something that involves pushing, something that involves pulling, something that involves our core, something that involves our legs, some kind of back extension, and finally twisting. Terrible handwriting, but you get the picture. So if we're literally picking one movement from all of these for our workout, we've pretty much got everything covered. So for example, let's say I'm doing my workout. I'm going to start with a pushing movement. Now this could be a push-up, something where I am pushing away from the body. Now it could be in this motion, it could be in this motion, it could even be in this motion, pushing down. You could just, as a beginner, pick one movement. Now that could be a push-up. It could also be a dip. And if you are advanced enough and you wanted to try, you could do some kind of handstand push-up against a wall. Then we're going to go a pulling movement. Obvious one, pull-up, using our pull-up bar. Core, what we can do, depending on your strength levels, you can either use the pull-up bar and you can do a hanging knee or leg raise, or you can do a lying leg raise but using your mat. So for legs, we can either do body weight squats, literally with no weight at all. We can do body weight lunges, or if they're too easy, we can add weight. Do a squat, hold a weight, do a lunge and hold the weight. If you've got 2 weights like dumbbells, then you can hold them side by side. This is the easiest thing to get started. Now with any of these movements, just bear in mind, there's ways that we can make them more advanced, but as a beginner, I would just focus on this to start with. Back extension. So this is a kind of movement pattern that often gets overlooked within a lot of training programs. We focus a lot on the front, but what we want to be doing is some kind of extension. And the best way to do this is to start doing progressions for a back bridge. Finally, twisting, where we're rotating our torso in some capacity. What I would suggest for this is just torso twists. Or if that's too easy for you, then do the same thing and keep really, really stable, but hold a weight and do it. So that's torso twists. Now for a beginner, I would focus on 2 to 3 sets of each exercise. So for example, when you've got your pull-ups, aim for 10 reps. So you're going to do it 10 times basically, and you're going to do a total of 2 or 3 sets, meaning you're going to do, let's say, a maximum of 20 or 30 repetitions. And you want to be aiming for about 1 minute rest between each exercise and between each set. Keep a note of everything that you're doing so you can track your progress and then move on to the next exercise. So the total workout will generally take about 20 to 30 minutes or so. So you don't have to commit or dedicate a huge amount of time. If you're someone who is not so much of a beginner anymore, but you're more of an intermediate, I would aim for 3 to 4 sets, and I would also be going for around about 10 to 12 reps, and ideally you want to be doing a harder variation of the movement. So this is a basis for you to get started so that you have a bit of an idea of the format that you're going to follow. You do want to have a little bit more of an idea of exactly what kind of exercises that you're going to do, what kind of movement patterns, and you want progressions and regressions, then let me know in the comments below. Otherwise, if you want to have a little bit of extra coaching, more tailored videos, then I do have a couple of membership options on my main channel. Otherwise, hope you enjoyed this. I hope you found this helpful to get started. Let me know in the comments below. If you haven't already, give this video a like and make sure that you subscribe. Stay tuned for the next videos. Woo!